All right, well, welcome in, everybody. Is anybody here? Can anybody confirm in the chat if you can hear me right now? This is my very first time doing a live stream, and I believe I set it up correctly, but I'm not sure. If anybody's here, if you can type in the chat and just say, hey, I can hear you, or type something, type a number, or anything would be helpful just to make sure that we are live and you guys can hear me properly. Anybody here in the chat? Very interesting being live. I'm not used to doing lives. Obviously, first time we are here. So welcome in, everybody. There's going to be a lot to talk about in this video, so I'm hoping you guys can hear me right now. I want to talk about what's going on in the Middle East with Iran, the United States, and Israel. Oh, there's everybody. Excuse me. Sorry, my voice is still... It's not good. If you guys remember last week when I was putting out my videos, my voice was going out. And I think it's because I was getting sick. I wasn't sick at the time, but I eventually did. Now I'm sick. It actually just started like the night before, so sucks. But, you know, we'll have to work through it. But, hey, it's good to see you guys. Welcome in. Damien, that's my son's name. What's going on, Michael? What's going on, Tommy D and John Brewer? How you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Okay, so this is probably going to be very sporadic and kind of, I don't feel like I have things set up very correctly for you guys, but I'm going to try my best to kind of roll through things. We're going to try to do this the way that I actually do my videos. So if you guys watch my videos frequently, you'll kind of be familiar with the whole setup here, but we'll try to roll through some of these updates that I have for you guys coming out from Iran and the United States and Israel right now in the whole Middle East situation. And then after that, I'll hop on over to X and I'll look for some more updates because there's a lot of things happening over there right now. So this is our first update here. Excuse me. So Israel and the U.S. says Iran's supreme leader is allegedly dead. Trump actually came out and confirmed that. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. So what are your guys' thoughts? I know last night I wasn't here because it's my son's birthday. My son Damien, he just turned 6, so we were kind of celebrating his birthday last night, and it was probably around 11 or 12 o'clock last night, right when I started getting notifications on my phone that the U.S. was basically going right into Iran and bombing them, and I was completely shocked. I could not believe that. I wasn't expecting it to happen this weekend, but it did. Now there's a lot of updates. So this is like a photo that's coming out showing Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's compound. It's like his home inside of Tehran. Apparently it was completely bombed out and destroyed. We do have some reports that apparently about 30 bunker busting bombs could have been dropped onto his location there, annihilating his home, and Trump has confirmed that he is dead. So we're going to talk about that. So it's good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So let's just hop into it. Let's hop on over to X now. Let me know, by the way, too, how you like the overlays. If the overlays are like too much, or, you know, if I could improve something, let me know. But we'll start here with Ozen Defender. President Trump has posted a statement to Truth Social announcing the death of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, earlier today. following joint Israeli U.S. strikes, further stating the IRGC, military, and other security and police forces will have total immunity if they defect now. He goes on to say that heavy and pinpoint bombing will continue as long as necessary. So here's a statement from Trump on True Social. It says, Khamenei, one of the most evil people in history, is dead. This is not only justice for the people of Iran, but for all great Americans and whose people from many countries throughout the world that have been killed or mutilated by Khamenei and his gang of bloodthirsty thugs. He was unable to avoid intelligence and highly sophisticated tracking systems and working closely with Israel. There was not a thing he or the other leaders that have been killed along with him could do. This is the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country. And it says, we are hearing that many of the RGC, military, and other security and police forces no longer want to fight. They're looking for immunity from us. Excuse me. As I said last night, now they can have immunity. Later, they only get death. Hopefully, the RGC and police will peacefully merge with the Iranian patriots and work together as a unit to bring back the country to the greatness it deserves. That process should be soon starting, in that not only the death of Khamenei, but the country has been, in only one day, very much destroyed and even obliterated. The heavy and pinpoint bombing, however, will continue uninterrupted throughout the week or as long as necessary to achieve our objective of peace throughout the Middle East and indeed the world. So Trump pretty much stating here that they're going to keep bombing Iran into oblivion, basically until the RGC is completely destroyed and we see regime change is kind of what I'm seeing here. So now that we've got Khamenei taken out, a lot of people are talking about who's going to be taking over his place. Is it going to be the military? I heard reports that his son may have been targeted as well. If you guys have been hearing about that. So his son might have been in the compound or the house as well, as what I heard, that he might have been taken out. So we'll keep moving. We'll move on to this next update here. Max 25, in an interview with NBC News, Trump said he believes reports that Khamenei was killed and airstrikes are accurate. He added that most of Iran's senior leadership is gone, saying that people that make all the decisions, most of them are gone. Trump on Iran, we've inflicted tremendous damage. It would take them years to rebuild. The U.S. has launched nearly 900 strikes in the first 12 hours of this operation. The strikes were carried out from the ground, air, and sea using the use of drones, according to the Pentagon. Iran launched about 300 missiles today. It has 2,000 long-range missiles and 2,000 short-range missiles. They have replenished their arsenal since last summer. In Bahrain, at the headquarters of the Fifth Fleet, the Iranians struck an empty warehouse and a radome radar installation, which is visible in the video from the site of the strike. The goal of the operation, Iran has no ability to attack its neighbors, no drones, no missiles, no navy. The U.S. and its partners know where Iran's highly enriched uranium is located, but it's difficult to get there. Here's a photo coming out from Trump. This was apparently at Mar-a-Lago in the United States while he was being briefed on the whole situation with these strikes onto Iran. So yeah, apparently 900 strikes being carried out in the first 12 hours. Like, this was a massive bombing. There was lots of videos coming out just showing lots of Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles just heading right into Iran to strike inside especially of Tehran, their capital, going after Khamenei, IRGC bases and whatnot. A lot of targets being hit, and we'll kind of talk about that as we move through in this video. But pretty crazy. We are seeing the Iranians also responding. They struck already multiple Gulf nations. I think they struck Kuwait, they struck Bahrain, they struck the UAE and also Qatar. We also have reports that even Saudi Arabia was attacked as well, that Prince Sultan Air Base could have been hit, explosions being reported over there. So here's some images coming out from Conflict Radar now. It says Khamenei's house before and after. So here's the photo of the image of his compound before it was hit. And then soon after, when these strikes were carried out, these were some of the first strikes that happened apparently early this morning. Over there in Iran, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, but for many of us over here in the United States, it was like 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you lived at. But yeah, this apparently the strikes here and the major damage, completely destroying his home and leveling it to the ground. And here's another update from Matt Tardio. So satellite imagery appears to show 3 separate holes indicative of bunker buster bombs inside Ayatollah Khamenei's home in Tehran. If this is the case, the operation was likely kicked off at a time intended to pin the Ayatollah inside his bomb shelter and then attacked it accordingly. So, excuse me, images coming out here also showing what looks like the use of bunker busting bombs. So apparently we got some holes here that were showing some of these bunker busters that were dropped right onto this. So I'm assuming Khamenei was probably underground inside of a bunker, and we had direct strikes here according to this report as well. So lots of damage being reported there and destroying his home and taking his life, obviously. Now for Max 25 says Netanyahu, we have targeted the site where Khamenei was. There are many signs that Khamenei is no longer alive. Today we have killed several major leaders that are involved in the nuclear program of Iran, and we will continue to target several sites of this regime. Netanyahu to Iranians, you will have your moment, a moment where you will be demanded to take to the streets in order to finish the job and topple this regime. The support and aid you asked for has arrived. This is your time. The help you have longed for has arrived. Soon it will be your time to take to the streets and change reality. This was Benjamin Netanyahu on Al Jazeera. So it's going to be a Middle Eastern outlet. And that's basically what he was stating here as well, that he was calling on the Iranian people to actually rise up. Trump was kind of the same thing last night. Trump put out a statement. Maybe we can watch that here later last night. And he was calling on the Iranians to rise up and retake their governments, take back control of their country once they're done with finishing off all these strikes onto the IRGC and their government. So that's kind of what Netanyahu was reiterating here, also saying the same thing. Basically, just retake your country. You're going to have the opportunity for freedom here again. So yeah, that's really what it seems like the Israelis and the U.S. is doing right now, just trying to destroy Iran's capabilities. So that way they're no longer a threat to countries like Israel, but also it looks like we are shooting for regime change. So pretty huge update right here. Now, Dr. Eli David says, breaking, senior Israeli officials say that top regime leadership are not capable of fighting Khamenei right now. So this report came out earlier this morning. Some of these reports I have from the last few hours, some of them are earlier today. But yeah, this was around the same time that we started to hear that Khamenei may have been killed. There was actually reports that he was supposed to be putting out some sort of statement. Khamenei was going to make a statement, and then all of a sudden the top officials were like, no, we're canceling that. We're not going to have him put out a statement anymore. So a lot of people started to wonder, was he maybe taken out in these airstrikes? That's soon when eventually, when Israeli officials came out, started telling major news outlets like Reuters that Khamenei was allegedly killed. I heard there was photos that were actually released to Trump and also to Benjamin Netanyahu, and they're thinking about releasing those to the public for people to see. But at this time right now, there are no photos from what I have seen yet, at least not as of this time. Also from Vaytuk's network, Channel 12's Amit Segal reports that 30 munitions were dropped in the strike. Khamenei's relatives and his military secretary were killed, and Khamenei is almost certainly dead. So, yeah, 30 munitions apparently being dropped onto his home to completely destroy the bunker beneath it and taking his life. So that's crazy. That was Channel 12 out of Israel today reporting that. Also, Vaytuk's network, CENTCOM, reports U.S. and partner forces began striking targets at 1:15 a.m. Eastern Time to dismantle the Iranian regime's security apparatus, prioritizing locations that pose an imminent threat. Targets included Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps command and control facilities, Iranian air defense capabilities, missile and drone launch sites, and military airfields. So you can see everything they were just going after here. I got some videos and photos coming out for you guys that will show major damage inside of Iran. A lot of destruction has already been reported on the Iranian side with the IRGC, with their military. So this is kind of what they were going after. These were their targets, apparently, and it started at 1:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, Airstrike, big. According to U.S. media reports, U.S. Air Force F-35 fighter jets have shot down a group of Iranian MiG-29s that took off from Mazarieh, if I'm saying that's right, air base shortly after the strikes began. Yeah, a lot of people were actually reporting this as well, that apparently U.S. F-35s were engaged in like a dogfight with MiG-29s that were taken off from IRGC bases, and apparently they shot multiples of those down. I have not been able to completely confirm this report, but I did see multiple people here on X, many of my sources that are pretty credible sources were reporting this today, so that's pretty crazy news as well. They tried to dispatch MiG-29s that apparently were shot down by U.S. F-35s. Now from Shin, says people cheering in Tehran following Khamenei's death. Yeah, I want you guys to see this clip here. It's about 6 seconds, and you're going to hear lots of people cheering the fact that that Khamenei is allegedly dead. So pretty crazy video. Check this out. So with this being reported, people cheering inside of Tehran and many other major nations in Iran, we have been hearing reports as well that people are actually taking back to the streets right now. There's actually a lot of protests breaking out. I heard some unconfirmed reports that in certain cities also that people might be shot again. We have been hearing reports for many weeks now that Iranian security forces are actually firing upon many protesters and killing a lot of people. So that could be going on once again, but we do know that the RGC is being redeployed to the streets along with security forces to try to quell these riots and protests that are breaking out once again. So it looks like people are getting back out in the street at this time. Might have more updates on protests here in just a little bit. Now from Faytuk's network says photos, President Trump oversees strikes on Iran from Mar-a-Lago during Operation Epic Fury. That's apparently what they called this operation was Operation Epic Fury, launching this massive attack onto Iran. So here's just more photos that were coming out during this briefing here when Trump's being briefed on the whole situation with these airstrikes onto Iran. So yeah, crazy photos coming out here. There's also the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, right there. By the way, can you guys still hear me? Just want to make sure I'm not talking to dead air right now. I haven't seen anybody else talk in the chat, so just want to make sure if you guys can still hear me, just give me like a quick thumbs up or just type the number 1 or something in the chat, so that way I know you guys are still here. But thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. Now from Nexta, it says Trump stated that the U.S. and Israel's operation against Iran is going very well. According to him, there are 2 options for the situation's development. Either go all the way and take full control or finish the operation in 2 or 3 days and warn Tehran that if it resumes its nuclear or missile program, Washington will return to the issue in a few years. Okay, so this is a pretty big update also. So Trump tells Israeli reporter attack could be days or longer, will take Iran years to recover. Excuse me. Thank you guys, by the way, for the thumbs up. Yeah, this is big news too. Could this war over here with the U.S., Israel, and Iran last for like, let's say, a week or longer? Could it? Some people are saying that maybe it's going to be over by Monday. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think we're going to see this happening very quickly, or is this going to be lasting potentially for weeks? Nobody really knows at this time, but I would assume that Trump would want this war over with very quickly, just so that way hopefully the markets are not going to be affected by Monday, because I'm sure also with this war kicking off, we're probably going to see oil prices start to spike. Could that cause more inflation issues around the world, especially in the United States right now? We're already having a lot of inflation issues. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But right now, a lot of the reports that we are getting coming out, it's very crazy over here in the Middle East. And we're seeing Iran retaliating like crazy right now. A lot of major Gulf nations under attack. And just in the last hour before I started streaming for you guys, I heard a lot of reports of multiple Gulf nations under attack currently by some cases, dozens of missiles fired from Iran and drones. We've got like airports being attacked and buildings being hit. So lots of civilian infrastructure being targeted, which is very interesting. It's just like what we report out of Ukraine and Russia when Russia attacks Ukraine. That's usually what the Russians do. So it's interesting that we're seeing the Iranians doing the same exact thing with many of these same types of munitions that Russia uses to attack Ukrainian cities. So now ViceGrad24, thanks again, guys, for the thumbs up in the chat and the number 1s. So breaking, an Iranian Navy vessel is on fire in the port of Konarak after U.S. or Israeli airstrikes. Yeah, here's a satellite image coming out showing what appears to be an Iranian vessel, a Navy vessel that probably got hit by a missile fired from the United States or Israel. So as we can see, even their Navy taking direct hits here. Looks like one of their ports came under attack, and we had a vessel catching on fire after it got hit by most likely a U.S. missile. Now, World Source News breaking, CNN reports Iran intends to continue its offensive until the aggressor is punished. An Iranian source with knowledge of the country's military strategy tells CNN, says no significant damage has been done to Iran's missile and defense capabilities, and Iran has prepared itself for a long war, the source added. Yeah, look at this report. It says Tehran is prepared for a long war, Iranian source says. Iran intends to continue its offense until the aggressor is punished. An Iranian source with knowledge of the country's military strategy tells CNN. So the Iranians are already saying, like, we're ready for a long war. If this is going to continue for, let's say weeks or months or anything like that, apparently they're ready for it. I mean, they're showing it right now. They've been launching a lot of missiles. I mean, even Israel got hit very hard. I might have some videos or photos that I can show you guys. We've got dozens of people already being injured, buried under rubble over there. We had several missiles that struck directly in the city of Tel Aviv. So pretty crazy. Looks like the Iranians are ready to go all the way. Now, it was in technical footage of an Iranian attack drone slamming into the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet at Naval Support Activity NSA Bahrain moments ago. Yeah, this was coming out earlier this morning, actually. So right when the Iranians started to respond after they came under that initial attack, preemptive strike coming from the United States and Israel, we actually had a video here of a drone, excuse me, that came crashing into a naval base in Bahrain. So this is one of the first videos that were coming out. Check this one out.
مسيرة اضرب 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 مسيرة.
Pretty wild footage here. So it's so crazy to see this over here in the Middle East. And usually we're always reporting things out of Ukraine. And we've got to this Iranian drone slamming right into allegedly a U.S. naval base. So it looks like huge damage there. I'm not sure exactly what that is that got hit. If you guys know what that is in this video here, let me know in the chat. But looks like we had a direct strike here from an Iranian drone. Now, it was a defender. Massive clouds of black smoke billow from the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet headquarters at Naval Support Activity Bahrain and Jafar, major district in Manama in Bahrain. So here's other video coming out showing the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet naval headquarters or naval base over here coming under attack, and we've got a major amount of smoke and fire coming from this facility over here. So it looks like it got hit very hard. I was hearing some reports from the U.S. side earlier too that there was some damage that was being recorded. A lot of these missiles were being shot down, but there is a lot of video footage coming out and just showing so many attacks onto U.S. bases located over here in the Middle East. So it's really hard to tell, and this whole situation is just very dynamic and changing very quickly. There's just information coming out literally every 10, 15 seconds and new updates, new changes to updates. So it's really hard to tell everything that's happening, but we are having strikes being recorded onto U.S. military assets. Now, for Mossad Defender, Kuwait's Ministry of Defense has announced that Mohammed Al Ahmad naval base was subjected to an Iranian drone attack, with the Kuwaiti Air Defense Force succeeded in confronting and dealing with the threat effectively. As part of the integrated air defense system to protect the airspace of the state of Kuwait, footage published earlier showed smoke rising near Al Ahmad. Okay, so this is going to be in Kuwait, another naval base coming under attack here in connection with the U.S. So this is up a little bit north of where Bahrain is at, near the Persian Gulf, that came under attack here as well. So again, Kuwait came under attack. We had Bahrain being hit. Dubai was coming under attack in the UAE. We've got Qatar, Doha, their capital of there, being attacked as well by Iranian drones and missiles. So smoke coming from an alleged base over here as well. Looks like we may have had a direct hit on something there. Now, it was a defender reports an Iranian ballistic missile or drone impact on Dubai International Airport in the United Arab Emirates. So this is something to think about as well. Okay, what a strategy does Iran have to go after international airports? I mean, this is obviously not connected to the military, and this is exactly what we see with the Russians. They do the same thing. They target critical infrastructure inside of Ukraine. So this tells me that it seems like the Iranians, the fact they don't have a whole lot of leadership, if not nothing at all right now, they don't really know what to do, and they're kind of just attacking everything, going after civilian objects here. So you can see lots of damage here inside of this international airport in Dubai. And we got smoke in here as well. Apparently people were being evacuated. I think I got video on that. And here's the video right here. It was a defender. Smoke seen and fire alarms heard as passengers and staff evacuate Dubai International Airport following a drone or missile impact on the airport during an attack by Iran. Yeah, video here showing people hurrying out of the airport and trying to get out of there due to all the smoke and this attack. So allegedly it was a drone, could have been a missile also, but reports of drones that were striking the Dubai International Airport here. So we see people just kind of flowing out of here trying to get out of the airport while it's probably catching on fire after this drone directly struck it. So I'm going to continue to monitor that also because we are seeing a lot of civilian infrastructure being attacked. So I'm curious to see how these nations are going to respond. There has been some reports also that Qatar could be mobilizing to prepare to get involved in this attack with the United States and Israel. So that could be very big. I've heard some reports also that Saudi Arabia could possibly be doing the same thing. I'll have to wait for confirmation on those, but I did hear some talk about that on X. Now, War Monitor, whole high-rise, buildings in Bahrain are now on fire as a result of Iranian drone strikes. Yeah, look at this one too. This is apparently a high-rise building that caught fire. There were several actually that got hit. There was a new report of a really high-class hotel that was struck. It was a really nice-looking one too. Another high-rise struck by a drone and caught fire. And look at this one, nearly the entire thing on flames, and it got hit directly from an Iranian drone. And initially, during the impact, I think it actually killed people on the inside. Soon it caught fire and started to burn down. So that is crazy video coming out from Bahrain there. Now, status 6, war and military news. Footage of U.S. BGM-109 Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles flying to their targets in Iran earlier on Saturday. So this was around the opening morning attack when this originally started from the United States and Israel. It's going to be video showing these Tomahawk cruise missiles flying over these mountains here, heading for targets inside of Iran. It's about 39 seconds. Take a look at this.
لا نروح عمو مشكي بابا نروح عمو مشكن تمشاكا لو عمو مشكانا برار ويقفل لك ولا إيران عنده تمشوا مشكانا كان مشك.
All right, so pretty wild footage right here showing these Tomahawk cruise missiles flying over somebody's head. Like, can you imagine that? Just walking outside and seeing these missiles flying over your head towards targets inside of Iran. So, yeah, this was a huge initial attack from the United States and Israel. And again, about at least 900 strikes being reported. And Israel was actually claiming today as well that this was probably the largest air operation they've ever carried out. I think they were claiming to use something like 200 different aircraft to strike onto Iran. So imagine that on top of the U.S. I mean, this has to be one of the biggest attacks we've seen in a very, very long time. And I'm actually surprised that Iran is able to respond to this capacity, striking targets inside of these Gulf nations and going after Israel. They clearly still have a lot of capabilities that are left over. Here's video now, World Source News, breaking Iranian missiles launched towards Israel. Yeah, we've seen videos like this in the past, but this is somebody driving down the highway, and they're just checking out several different ballistic missiles that were fired towards Israel here. Pretty insane video. Check this one out, too. So pretty frightening footage here. I mean, look at this. This is probably at least 10 or 12, maybe more ballistic missiles that were being fired towards Israel. And yeah, we did have reports of multiple impacts, especially in Tel Aviv, sometimes like in the city center, hitting buildings down there. We did have some missiles that were actually making it through. So even though the U.S. has been building up their forces down here, transferring lots of equipment, even air defense equipment, they're still struggling to take down a lot of these incoming missiles that are still striking in Israel. Now, it was a technical direct hit in Tel Aviv. Here's a photo coming out. Here was somebody on top of a rooftop here showing a direct hit. This apparently was a I was about to say a Russian missile because we talk about Russia so much, but this was a Iranian missile, ballistic missile that was fired and directly struck the heart of Tel Aviv here, right in the city center. So there you go. Major damage here being reported, and several strikes actually I think were recorded here inside of Israel. I think most of the strikes were recorded inside of Tel Aviv. I haven't heard reports of like Haifa up in the north side, or maybe down in the south like Ashdod or anything like that. Most of these attacks appear to be carried out onto Tel Aviv, and we did have a direct strike here, most likely people being injured and maybe even killed in that hit. Now, it was in technical, U.S. Qatari Patriot SAM battery fighting off an incoming Iranian ballistic missile raid over Doha moments ago. So yeah, you can see here the time here was 12:45 p.m. That'd be my time, Pacific Standard Time. And by the way, that time that I have here on the screen for you guys in the bottom left, that is accurate. So that's going off my time where I'm located at in the United States on Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, this was just roughly about 3 hours ago where we had reports coming out from Doha. This is in Qatar, their capital. They came under a massive missile barrage. So here's a video coming out showing multiple interceptions here. Looks like Patriot missile systems were being used to take down incoming ballistic missiles fired from Iran. Looks like the Qataris were trying to do whatever they could to shoot down these incoming ballistic missiles. Look at that one right there. Looks like got intercepted right there. There's another interception. So multiple interceptions recorded just in this video alone. And this was a pretty massive barrage coming from the Iranians to target Doha here. It's a crazy video now from NOAA reports. Explosions reported in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, possibly at Prince Sultan Air Base. Base hosts U.S. troops supporting Patriot missile batteries and THAAD systems. Okay, so I have not been able to get video footage or anything coming out from Saudi Arabia just yet, but it is possible we could have ballistic missiles or drones that were trying to target the Prince Sultan Air Base located inside of Saudi Arabia. So if I do get some information, or I'll try to check that out here in just a little bit. I'll let you guys know. We'll show you some video footage or images coming out if we get confirmation of that. But lots of reports of explosions at the Prince Sultan Air Base tonight. Now, Faytuk's network, Iranian radar site in Bandar Abbas was damaged. Yeah, new video coming out here as well. Here's somebody driving on the road, and this apparently is a radar site being used by the IRGC, and it looks like the U.S. military or Israel had slammed it with some sort of missile or a bomb being dropped over here, and we had some damage being recorded. You can see smoke here on this hilltop at this radar site. So it looks like, yeah, the U.S. and Israel really trying to destroy all of Iran's capabilities and basically deplete their military. Since they can't do it through a nuclear deal, they're having to do it through military strikes. Now, it was a Defender. Audio has been posted of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps Navy making announcements on Marine VHF Channel 16, closing the Straits of Hormuz. As of this post, most traffic in the area looks to be proceeding as normal. So this information came out roughly about 6 hours ago. There was reports also that the IRGC was trying to close down the Strait of Hormuz. So there's going to be a clip allegedly coming from their Navy calling on ships to not go through the Strait of Hormuz. This is something that we've warned about before, that the Iranians might try to close down the Strait of Hormuz, and roughly about 20% of the world's oil flows go in and out of that strait just south of Iran. I want you guys to see this clip real quick. Take a look.
This is Sepah Navy, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy. From now on, all navigating through the Strait of Hormuz is forbidden. No ship in every type is not allowed to pass from the Strait of Hormuz till next notice. This is Sepah Navy, out. This is Sepah Navy.
Okay, I was a little confused by this, and it was hard for me to believe that this was actually true, because they're speaking English too. I'm not sure if that's a normal thing that the Iranians would do in this situation, but yeah, the fact they were speaking English made me think maybe this wasn't actually happening or going on. We did have some reports of some ships that were turning around from the Strait of Hormuz, but not completely blocking off the Strait of Hormuz just yet. But very interesting there. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that clip there. But we do have another post here from Tendar. It says, here we go. The first ship is turning around. According to marine traffic, the Indian flagged crude oil tanker Desh Abiman just made a 180-degree turn next of the Straits of Hormuz, excuse me. So yeah, apparently we did have a tanker that started to turn around, and maybe they were responding to these threats. We did hear some reports that some of these ships trying to traverse through here were trying to move very quickly to not be attacked by the Iranian Navy, that they might start trying to strike these ships and putting a blockade over here. So not a whole lot of reports as of yet, whether it's completely sealed or anything like that, but allegedly the Iranians were trying to close off the Strait of Hormuz. But I do have another update here from Faytuk's network. Says no evidence Iran is attempting to blockade the Strait of Hormuz, a U.S. official says. This was according to the New York Times. Okay, so yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of evidence of this yet from what I have seen. The Iranians did apparently call for it, but from what we understand, it's not completely blockaded at this time, which is probably a good thing. I don't see why the Iranians would want to do that. I'm sure that would hurt them big time as well, on top of the entire world. So it looks like from what we understand, the Strait of Hormuz is still for the most part open, but as I mentioned earlier, this whole situation is very dynamic and changing very quickly, so at any moment it could be shut down, just like what was being reported hours ago today. Now, ViceGrad24 says, breaking, the Islamic regime in Iran tells people to leave Tehran immediately. And this, I was wondering what this meant too. You guys can let me know what you think about this, but yeah, apparently their government was calling on people to leave Tehran immediately. I wonder if it's just due to the strikes over there. Maybe they're calling on people to leave to get out of harm's way, or I'm not sure if something else was in the works here. Was there some sort of other plan from the security forces or maybe from their government for why they'd be telling people to leave the capital? But I'm not sure if people were really leaving, because what we're actually hearing is the opposite. People are actually out on the streets protesting right now versus actually leaving the capital and leaving many major cities. So very interesting, though. If I get some updates on this report and on why the government might be calling on their citizens to leave the capital, I'll let you guys know. Now, Clash reports, IRGC reports that a U.S. naval base in Kuwait was hit by 4 missiles and 12 Iranian drones. During our attack on the U.S. naval base in Kuwait, a number of American forces were killed and wounded. So the RGC was putting out reports just a few hours ago as well that apparently their strikes onto these naval bases, just like the one in Kuwait that we showed you guys that video with that drone attack, apparently they were actually killing U.S. personnel. So we have not been able to confirm that. At least I haven't seen anything that U.S. personnel have been killed in any of these strikes, but the RGC was claiming they struck multiple bases, they were killing U.S. troops and whatnot. So very interesting, the RGC trying to come out and make it appear as if they're actually doing some major damage to the U.S., but we do have reports that that is not the case here. Here's one of them from U.S. Central Command. Iranian regime claims to have killed 50 U.S. service members. And it says, lie. There have been no reported U.S. casualties. The RGC claims that a U.S. Navy ship was struck by missiles. That was a lie. No U.S. Navy ship has been struck. The Armada is fully operational. The Iranian regime is claiming severe damage at multiple U.S. bases, and that is a lie. Damage to U.S. installations was minimal and has not impacted operations. Okay, so that actually sounds really good coming out from the U.S. side if they're telling the truth here. I guess time will tell, but we are seeing some strikes onto U.S. bases, obviously, and hearing lots of reports of explosions, aerial interceptions, using air defense systems. So yeah, they're claiming here no U.S. warships have been struck. That's something the Iranians were warning about, that they would launch maybe even a preemptive attack or strike onto, let's say, some of the aircraft carriers over there, or some of the other warships located nearby in Iran, like the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier. But we obviously did not see that happen. The U.S. went after them bright and early this morning. I think it started right around 8:10 in the morning. And I thought that was interesting too, because I expected this strike to take place in the middle of the night in Iran, but they actually decided to strike them early in the morning, right as the sun was coming up. So there's an update from U.S. Central Command. They're claiming that no major damage has been taken. Now, open source intel just in, the RGC says it is launching a new wave of attacks to expand and deepen the war using advanced missiles not previously deployed. Okay, this information came out in the last couple hours also, just prior to going live for you guys. So this was one of the latest updates from the RGC saying that they're going to launch a new wave of attacks, and we are kind of seeing that right now. Have been seeing some videos coming out showing missiles attacking Israel, multiple other Gulf nations. Once again, a new wave. So apparently they could be using advanced missiles that they have not previously deployed, and I wonder if they might even try to go after U.S. warships with these. We'll have to wait and see. Now, from Israel Defense Forces, here's what happened in the last 12 hours. So they put out a statement here also, just kind of talking about, these strikes onto Iran, who they were going after. He actually confirms some of the top leadership that was taken out, and we'll show you guys a post here in a second too that talks about some of the other top officials that were killed in these strikes. There was a lot of people that were wiped out, not only Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader, but multiple other top leadership like in the RGC and in their government were also wiped out. So I want you guys to see this video here. It's about 2 minutes long. He's going to give some information regarding the strikes on the Israeli side.
Today, we launched Operation Roaring Lion, an operation against the Iranian terrorist regime in full cooperation with the U.S. Armed Force. This is an operation against the world's largest sponsor of terror, a regime that for years has called death to Israel, death to America, death to the West. We listened to their words carefully. We watched their actions, and today, we acted. We acted because we had to. We launched this operation by seizing an operational opportunity, conducting coordinated strikes against high-level gatherings of senior figures within Iran's military and security leadership. We can now confirm that these senior Iranian regime officials were eliminated by the IDF. Ali Shamkhani, advisor to Khamenei on issues of defense and Secretary of the Defense Council. Muhammad Pakpour, commander of the IRGC. Muhammad Shirazi, head of the military bureau of the Iranian supreme leader for almost 40 years. Salah Asadi, the senior intelligence officer of the Supreme Command. Aziz Nasirzadeh, the Iranian defense minister, and others. These and other senior figures will no longer be able to advance their plan, the destruction of Israel. These are terrorists who have blood on their hands, who are directly responsible for the death of thousands by terror. The launch of Operation Roaring Lion comes after months of close and joint planning with the U.S. Armed Forces. A historic, unprecedented level of cooperation between two nations fighting side by side against terror. Our mission could not be more clear. The IDF will continue to act to remove emerging threats against Israel because the price of inaction is too high.
Okay, so we got confirmation of these strikes here from this representative from the IDF. Again, this is Israel's military confirming this. So yeah, they took out a lot of top heads of their military chain of command. And isn't that absolutely crazy, too, what Israel's been able to achieve here? I mean, not only in these strikes in Iran have they been able to take out top officials like Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, but we've seen this in the past, like with Hezbollah. If you guys remember last year, if some of you have been around here long enough on this channel, we talked about Hezbollah a lot up in Lebanon, just north of Israel. A lot of their top chain of command got wiped out. At one point, they basically had no chain of command at all. They're just somehow able to kill a lot of these major top officials. So absolutely insane how effective Israel's been at doing this. Obviously, the U.S. helped with these strikes as well, but that's pretty crazy news coming out there. So here's more information, ViceGrad24, in case you guys didn't hear everything in that video that I just showed you right now. Again, I do apologize also that some of the subtitles were blocked there on the bottom. I didn't realize that my breaking news thumbnail thing is kind of blocking that. So my apologies there, but it says here, Israel announces that the initial strike also kills the defense minister, commander of the RGC, national security advisor, head of Khamenei's military bureau, chairman of the Organization of Defensive Innovation and Research, known as the SPND. So these are apparently some of the photos coming out. Two of them don't have photos here, but that is absolutely nuts. I mean, even their defense minister was wiped out in these strikes as well. So very crazy news, guys. We're going to try to look at some other information here that I have for you guys to see if we got any more updates coming out from this war. So just give me a second here. I'm going to take a look at my sources and see what I have as far as new updates. So I am hearing that there's a large fire inside of Dubai right now. Iranian drone attack just took place. Let me see what else I can get here. Hold on one second. Let's see. So Iranian first vice president Aref has announced his intention to take full control of Iran under wartime conditions. Okay, so it could be the vice president Aref that could be taking over full control of Iran. So that's pretty big news there too. We were kind of wondering who was going to be taking control here inside of Iran, and it could be possibly him. Let me pull up that report so I can show you guys that real quick. This is coming out from Faytuk's network. Here's this right here. So there you go. So Faytuk's network reporting that right there. That this could possibly be the man taking over inside of Iran right now. I can see some video coming out showing U.S. Patriot batteries intercepting Iranian ballistic missiles over Al Udeid. Let me show this to you guys right here as well. Let me pull this up one second. One moment, guys. Thanks for your patience. Okay, here's this video coming out now. So, yeah, this is from Knoll Reports, and it says new footage shows U.S. Patriot batteries intercepting Iranian ballistic missiles over Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, with PAC-3 MSE interceptors engaging multiple targets. One interceptor appears to have malfunctioned. So let's check this out real quick.
Fuck yeah. What the fuck?
Wow, that is crazy, guys. So look at all these interceptions taking place. I mean, this is what the Iranians do whenever they launch attacks onto the U.S. or Israel. They launch so many at a time, sometimes 15, 20 or more ballistic missiles. So look at that, the amount of interceptions taking place here. That is pretty wild footage. Let me see what else I got for you guys. There's just so much happening right now. A lot of reports coming out. Every time I refresh, there's more and more information. Let me see here. Okay, so we've got new footage coming out from the Israel Defense Forces. 3-minute video, actually. It says additional strikes on a ballistic missile launch and air defense sites in western Iran. Okay, let me get this for you guys here also. Okay, here's another one. Let's check this out. So yeah, this says from Oza Defender, new footage published. The Israel Defense Force showing 3 minutes of additional airstrikes earlier today against ballistic missile launch and air defense sites in western as well as central Iran, said to have thwarted dozens of launches towards the territory of the state of Israel. So let's check this out. So we'll go ahead and play it here with no sound. I'm not sure if they put music or something in here. It says here, strikes on launchers in Iran, strike on trucks carrying missile launchers. So yeah, that's going to be obviously a big target too. They're going to have to take out a lot of these launchers that are on the move, and there's one getting hit right there. That is absolutely wild there. Strike on an Iranian terror regime soldier that exited from a truck. I'm not sure what happened to the video there. Why did it cut out? Something happened here. Hold on one second, guys. Oh, looks like the video might be not working. Let me try to refresh it real quick and see if that helps. Yeah, something's wrong with this clip, guys. Sorry about that. Doesn't want to play there, but we did have some huge strikes there onto certain positions of the RGC. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, here's kind of an image. There's a video here with a watermark on it, so I'm not sure if I can play the video here for you guys. But let me see if I can get like an image from the video here. And this is kind of showing, hold on one second, showing damage inside of Israel from these strikes also. Here's this, okay? So it says right here, Vicegrad 24 breaking. One person has died and 20 more were wounded after an Iranian strike on Tel Aviv. Okay, this was directly in the heart of Israel and Tel Aviv. So because it does have a watermark here, I'm not sure if I might have an issue playing this video, but yeah, this is kind of an image coming out. It's a little bit blurry, but we did have reports of people being injured, more than 20 injured, and at least somebody being killed in these strikes. This is apparently another apartment building is what it looks like here, or maybe a commercial building that got hit. Lots of damage recorded there. Israel's gotten hit pretty hard tonight is what's being reported here on X. So let me see if I got anything else for you guys. so many updates coming out. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is crazy. Like, first live stream that I've had for you guys. So if you see any like room for improvements or anything like that, you see anything that I can work on to help improve the live streams, please let me know, because I am thinking about doing more live streams more often. But obviously the first one's probably going to be the wackiest, right? It's not going to be perfect. So I appreciate you guys hanging out here and being patient with me as we kind of just comb through the news here and try to figure out what's going on. Let me see. Oh, I did hear some reports also that Jordan came under attack. Mawafaq Salti Air Base, I think, was being attacked here. Let me see. I've got a report about this right now. Explosions and interceptions being reported in Jordan. Okay, so apparently a video showing impact near troops. Let me make sure it's not graphic or anything like that. Okay, yeah, there is a video showing a missile coming into. What I'll do is I'll put this down in the comments for you guys if you guys want to check out this video. But I did find a video right now that shows a missile coming in and striking near an airbase. I think it's inside of Jordan, apparently. Could be Qatar also. It's talking about Qatar. But I believe that's inside of Jordan. If you guys want to go check that out, you can click on that yourself and go and see what's going on there. Let me see what else we got here. More videos coming out from Qatar. So this is all recent in the last like 30 minutes, by the way. So these strikes are being carried out by Iran right now. Iran is currently retaliating, so they're not done yet. They're still attacking the U.S. right now on multiple bases. Let's see here. Here's another update from the IDF that I see. Let me see. Okay, so they're reporting a strike inside of Iran. Let me pull this up for you guys also. Okay, here's an update from the Israel Defense Forces. Struck missile launch site in the Qom. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that. Area of central Iran. The strike targeted a site that stored Garder H-1 ballistic missiles carrying hundreds of pounds of explosives, significantly degrading the regime's offensive capability. This has prevented numerous launches that posed a threat to the civilians of the state of Israel and the broader Middle East. So that's crazy. Apparently they knocked out a huge ammunition depot is what it seems like there, or a site that was storing ballistic missiles. That's nuts right there. Also, a huge strike, and that's going to degrade their ability to strike back. Okay, let me see. I'm seeing some reports here also of protests, and I want to see if I can get a clip here or something to show you guys, because we are seeing a lot of protests that are popping up throughout Iran. So if I can find something here, I'll show it to you guys in a minute. Let me see. It says here, I've got a breaking news report. It says Iran's IRGC is reportedly trying to appoint a new supreme leader outside the constitutional process after Khamenei's death. That was according to Iran International. So they're trying to get somebody installed without going through the constitutional process, apparently. I'll show you guys this report here as well. This is going to be from Conflict Radar. One second here. There you go. So yeah, it says Iran's IRGC is reportedly trying to appoint a new supreme leader outside constitutional process. So that's pretty wild too. Iran International is a pretty reliable source coming out from Iran. We've talked about their reports before. So it looks like they're actively trying to find somebody right now to replace Khamenei. Let's see here. Oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't seen, this is what the airspace looks like. Let's see if it's going to load. There we go. This is Flight Radar 24. This is what the airspace looks like over Iran right now. You can see completely cleared out. Also, Iraq. Some planes are flying over here in like Saudi Arabia, near UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain. But for the most part, you can see completely cleared out here. Let me continue looking for some more updates. Let's see. Okay, so some people are reporting also that the skies over Iran, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, and Israel are now empty of non-military planes. Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE are in a similar situation. So, yeah, apparently no military planes even being reported here over Iran. And what we can see here on the screen, yeah, there's just nothing really at all. Let me see. So UAE Ministry of Defense, they're announcing that hostilities began earlier today between Israel, Iran, and the United States. They're saying 137 ballistic missiles have been detected and launched by Iran towards... Oh, my voice is fading? Okay, thank you for letting me know that. Let me see if I can turn this up a little bit more. Hold on one second. One moment. Hold on. Let's see. Let me try to raise that a little bit. Okay. Let me know if that's better. Is my mic should be better now. Let me know if that's better. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you. I think it's because I kind of have my head turned away, so when my voice is kind of turned away from my microphone, it's not going to pick up my voice as strong because I'm using a second monitor right now. Let me see here. Hold on one second. Okay, here's something also. Let me pull this up. We've got more strato tankers that are on the move right now. These are aerial refuelers coming out of Europe, which is interesting. Hold on one second. Let me go back here. There we go. One second, guys. Thanks for your patience. Here's another update there, too. One second. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult. This is my first time doing this, so I appreciate your guys' patience. I don't have everything perfectly set up here, so it's a little bit scrambled. I'm going to have to work on that. But this one from Ozen Defender right here, it says 6 KC-135R strato tankers with the U.S. Air Force are currently crossing Europe and the eastern Mediterranean bound to the Middle East, carrying fuel for fighter aircraft and other platforms supporting Operation Epic Fury, as well as the defense of allied countries actively under attack from Iran. So we've got more of these aerial refuelers. Look at this. Looks like 6 of them here on their way from Europe down to the Middle East to support more operations. So this tells me that this is probably going to be going on for several more days. I wouldn't be surprised once we even come into Monday that these strikes are still being carried out. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we see things unfold down here in the Middle East. It's better now, John? Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let me see what else I got. I'm seeing a lot of the same videos coming out from people here on X. Let me see. Yeah, so lots of strikes still being reported inside of Doha, Qatar. That's kind of what we're seeing right now. I'm not seeing a whole lot of updates out of Iran at the moment. What we're really seeing mostly is Iran firing back and mostly coming out of Doha. Let me see here. Oh yeah, apparently Iraq is coming under attack also. I think some of Iraq's bases have been attacked over there. Here's a video coming out. Let me see if I can pull this one up for you guys. One second here. Okay, here's another video. right here. Okay, so this one's from Mario Nafal. Says breaking IRGC linked forces just hit the rural electricity production company power plant in Iraq with drones and missiles tonight. Explosions lighting up the sky. Power infrastructure targeted. So pretty crazy. We've got electrical infrastructure coming under attack inside of Iraq. So interesting. I didn't think that the Iranians would be striking inside of Iraq or anything like that, but apparently they are. I haven't heard of any U.S. assets or anything being attacked over there, but we did have reports of one of Iraq's air bases were under attack like in the last hour or two, just prior to getting started streaming here. But yeah, in this case, apparently we've got electrical infrastructure under attack here. It says the Rural Electricity Production Company power plant. So I wonder why they'd be targeting that. You guys can let me know what you think there. Let me see if I got anything else that I can show you guys. Okay, we've got air raid sirens here in the last 15 minutes inside of Israel, Bahrain, and Qatar. Okay, so new round of ballistic missiles being fired right now. This is literally just breaking in the last 15 minutes. So let me show you guys this here also. There's that latest update right there. So this is kind of what it's looking like. Vicegrad 24 breaking. Air raid sirens sound in Israel, Bahrain, and Qatar as Iran fires a new round of ballistic missiles. So it's one of their red alert apps that let people know that strikes are incoming. So if you notice, this is actually up near Haifa. So this is on the northern side of Israel this time, not so much down in Tel Aviv, more on the central side of their nation. So apparently we've got Israel, Bahrain, and Qatar all announcing that ballistic missiles are incoming to their areas here. There's another report saying that air raid sirens are now sounding in Bahrain and Qatar. Let's see here. U.S. and Israeli fighter jets being reported spotted over Iraq and Syria again, likely preparing to target Iran. No video coming out on that, but that was being reported by Clash Report on X, which is a very reliable source. We have reported a lot of their updates before. So it looks like what we're seeing now from the U.S. and Israeli side is they're preparing new strikes onto Iran as well. So it's just basically what we've been seeing going on for the last 6 or 8 hours now is just constant attacks back and forth. There's Clash Report reporting that right there. Take a look here and see if I can find anything else for you guys. Again, thanks so much for your patience. Okay, so Abu Dhabi, that's going to be located in the UAE. They're confirming an incident, they say, at the Zayed International Airport that left one Asian national dead and 7 others injured. The airport was struck by Iranian drones. Okay, so not only inside of Dubai did we have an international airport being attacked, but also we've got reports of Iranian drones attacking airports in Abu Dhabi. That's another major city there located inside of the UAE. So I've got that report here also if you guys want to take a look at that one there. That's from open source intel right now, just coming out roughly about less than an hour ago. Okay, so lots of attacks still being recorded here. Let me see what else I can find. And by the way, if you guys want an update on Ukraine, we haven't been hearing too much. All of my feed is pretty much just focusing on the Middle East right now, but I did hear reports that Ukraine had struck an oil depot located in the Luhansk region of Ukraine. That'd be occupied territory held by the Russians on the eastern side. They did strike an oil depot over there just a couple hours ago is what I was hearing. Let me see here. See what else we can find for you guys. Okay, new video coming out from Bahrain now. Okay, I've got a video here that I can show you guys. So these are missile impacts inside of Bahrain just in the last 10 minutes or so. So let me pull this up for you guys. 1 second. Okay, here's new video right here. So Ozan Defender reports of Iranian ballistic missile impact in Bahrain. So here's video coming out here also showing ballistic missiles that were incoming. And you can see some of them right here. And we are going to see an impact. Okay, so there's a missile coming down right onto Bahrain. Looks like it did hit something there. Very crazy. So we're still seeing a lot of missiles being fired by the Iranians at this time. It's pretty much non-stop, just all over the place. Yeah, that was in the last 10 minutes there. It says 3:56 p.m. February 28th. So yeah, it was literally just about 10, 15 minutes ago when that came out. Okay, we've got a statement coming out also from U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. He's commenting on the Operation Epic Fury, this whole strike onto Iran. So let me get this here. This is pretty good. Okay, here's another update for you guys. Okay, so it says OSINT Defender, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has released a statement on the ongoing joint U.S.-Israeli strikes against Iran, calling Operation Epic Fury the most lethal, most complex, and most precision aerial operation in history. And it says, additionally, the secretary said that strikes would continue to target Iranian missile stockpiles and production facilities. Okay, so look at this. This is going to be on X. It says, overnight, on President Trump's orders, the Department of War commenced Operation Epic Fury, the most lethal, most complex, and most precision aerial operation in history. The Iranian regime had their chance, yet refused to make a deal, and now they are suffering the consequences. For almost 50 years, Iran has targeted and killed Americans, always seeking the world's most powerful weapons to further their radical cause. Last night, unlike any previous president, President Trump began dealing with this cancer. We will not tolerate powerful missiles targeting the American people. Those missiles will be destroyed, along with Iran's missile production. The Iranian Navy will be destroyed. And as President Trump has said his entire life, Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. The United States did not start this conflict, but we will finish it. If you kill or threaten Americans anywhere in the world, as Iran has, then we will hunt you down and we will kill you. Our warriors are the best in the world, and they are fully unleashed to achieve our objectives. May God's providence protect them in this vital mission. So we've even got Pete Hegseth commenting on these strikes and backing Trump's decision to directly target Iran. Let me see what else I got for you guys. Okay, so apparently Jerusalem is coming under attack also inside of Israel, not just Haifa. So I've got another update here. Let me pull this up. I got a map to show you guys. Here's another update right here. Open source intel. Jerusalem under attack. And it says, let them hit the mosque. So yeah, we got a lot of sirens over here in central Israel, so very close to Tel Aviv once again. So not only sirens up here near Haifa, but also down here in central Israel. Apparently they're coming under attack by ballistic missiles. This was just coming out 3:44 p.m. Okay, it's just about 20 minutes ago also. Let me see, we've got video here. Israeli missile defenses are active near Kiryat. So Kiryat, I'm not sure exactly where that's located at, so let me see if I can find that. Okay, so that's going to be, or is it Kiryat? I think it's pronounced Kiryat. Okay, that's going to be up on the northern side next to Haifa, actually, apparently. Where that's taking place. We have reports of air defense active up there. So that's going to be up here near Haifa, up on the northern side. Here's video coming out. Let me pull this up for you guys also. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here's more video coming out. Oza Defender, Israeli missile defense are active near Kiryat. So let me roll this here real quick. We should have some sound here also. Looks like no sound there. But there's apparently missile defenses that are active, shooting down incoming missiles coming from Iran right now, directly attacking Israel. So Israel under heavy bombardment. Let me see what else we got. Thanks again for everybody who's tuning in. And by the way, if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit the like button on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy my coverage here tonight. Pretty wild what is happening over here in the Middle East. And thanks again. This is my first live stream here on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for roughly about a little over 2 years now, and our very first live stream. So thanks a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage, and thanks for your patience as we work through our very first time here on a live stream. Let me see. We've got reports that the U.S. and Israeli strikes are hitting military sites in western Iran right now. That was in the last 30 minutes, including around Andimeshk. That's going to be on the western side of Iran. So strikes being carried out, and that lines up with that report that we had earlier, that there was reports of U.S. and Israeli jets over Iraq. Okay, that'd be on the western side or towards the western side of Iran. So some reports there that some strikes are being carried out by Israel and the United States over there. Let's see if I can find anything else, any more updates here. We're still seeing reports about Abu Dhabi. That's going to be in the UAE. So they're still talking about those drone strikes that were injuring people over there. Okay. NBC's reporting something now. Okay, so check this out. This is going to be regarding the nuclear deal program between the United States and Iran. So this is what Faytuk's network is reporting. They're saying that the U.S. offered to provide Iran with free nuclear fuel forever if Iran ended nuclear enrichment, but Iran rejected that, apparently. That's according to NBC News. So they were going to provide Iran with free nuclear fuel forever if they decided to end their nuclear enrichment program, but they decided not to do that. So clearly, we've been seeing this from the Iranian side. They want to continue enriching uranium. They're clearly trying to build a nuclear bomb, and this is why Trump announced these attacks onto Iran to basically disable them from being able to produce one and also deplete their military. Do you guys want to check out that video? Have you guys seen the clip coming out showing Trump announcing this operation? Let me see if I can pull that up and maybe we can check that out for a minute. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. I had it saved here. There's like an 8-minute clip, actually. Okay, here it is. I found it. So let's see if we can check this out. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this yet, but if you haven't, yeah, roughly about 8 minutes long. We'll go ahead and check this out. And this is Trump originally announcing this. It was like late last night, probably around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. That'd be Pacific Standard Time in the United States. Trump announcing this attack onto Iran. So let's check this out. I watched a little bit of it last night, but I did not complete it. So let's see if we can check this out real quick. Let me close some of these tabs that we don't need no more. I don't want my computer freezing up on me. I already got enough tabs open as it is. So since we went already over these, so let's check this out. This is directly from the White House. And it says right here, President Donald J. Trump on the United States military combat operations in Iran. So yeah, roughly about 8 minutes, guys. While this is playing, I'm going to grab a drink real quick too. So I want you guys to check this out, and then we'll kind of talk about this after as well. So let's check it out.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again, they can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that, with His help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all. Thank you.
All right, huge statement from Trump there, guys. Let me know what you think about what he had to say. So he mentioned a lot here. He mentioned that the Iranians need to lay down their arms. If not, they're going to be completely wiped out. You can see there towards the end, he was also calling on the citizens to rise up, get ready to take advantage of the situation, as their main job here is going to be deplete the IRGC's capabilities inside of Iran, and basically wipe out their ability to attack Israel and other nearby nations. So that's why we're seeing so many strikes in different areas of Iran today. And by the way, Ron Bevins, I want to thank you so much, man, for joining as a member here on the channel. I think that might be one of the first members that we've had here. I think we had a few people sign up memberships on my channel in the recent past, but these were like on videos. But for sure, the very first member here joining. So give a round of applause for Ron, man. Thank you so much for joining there and using your membership here at my channel. So thank you so much. So crazy statement from Trump here. Let me know what you guys think about what he had to say. While we were watching that video, I tried to pull up some more news. I found a few more things that were coming up that I wanted to share with you guys. So apparently, since we were talking about earlier who's going to be taking over for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader that was allegedly taken out in today's strike, we talked about this earlier, but here's a little bit more information regarding this story. This from Martin Afal. Iran's vice president quietly moves to seize power as Pezeshkian goes silent. So Pezeshkian, that's going to be Masoud Pezeshkian, their president. Interesting, because I have not heard any reports coming out from him at all. You would think he would come out and make some sort of a statement regarding what's happening over there, especially if Ayatollah Khamenei was taken out. He hasn't said anything, but it says here Iran's vice president Mohammad Reza Aref has reportedly informed officials he plans to take charge of the country during wartime, according to Iranian state media. There was notably no mention of President Pezeshkian's ability to carry out his duties. Earlier Saturday, security forces blocked roads near his offices in Tehran. Source was Jerusalem Post. So that's very interesting. Could this be the man that's going to be taking over here? The vice president of Iran? I mean, I would assume. But interesting, again, that we're not seeing any reports coming out from Masoud Pezeshkian. He hasn't really said anything. He's been very quiet while this operation is currently ongoing. We do have more reports, again, that Israel's coming under attack by not only missiles, but apparently drones are being fired from Iran as well. You can see this just came out in the last 45 minutes. Iranian drones are entering Israel. This is coming from open source intel. So not only missiles were targeting Israel, but we had drones as well being fired. Had some other things to share with you guys here also. Here's an update from Bahrain. As we know, they were coming under attack along with Qatar and Kuwait. They were struck here recently. Here's an update from Ozent Defender. This was just in the last 15 minutes or so. Bahrain's Ministry of Interior reports an Iranian drone attack with material damage but no loss of life against Bahrain International Airport. So, yeah, that's what, like 3 different airports that we have reports of direct strikes on. We had the Abu Dhabi airport and the one in Dubai. Those are both in the UAE. And in this case, in Bahrain, apparently their airport is coming under attack as well. But they're claiming here no loss of life, which is very good to hear, that nobody has been killed in these strikes. But we did have some major damage being reported. Let me see here also. Here's another photo coming out as well. This is apparently at the initial launch of strikes onto Iran. This is being released by CENTCOM. Central Command says OSINT Defender. Possible first look and combat use earlier today of the maritime strike Tomahawk MST by the U.S. Navy, seen in footage published Saturday by U.S. Central Command CENTCOM, which showed the launch of Tomahawks from Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers against targets in Iran. So they were just barely releasing this, showing these cruise missiles, these Tomahawk missiles that were going to strike Iran today. Pretty wild image coming out there. And then, as I mentioned to you guys earlier, this is going to be a little bit off topic from Iran, but because we do cover the war in Ukraine, and we didn't really talk about it today because I didn't do a video on that, I do want to let you guys know that an oil depot was struck, as I mentioned earlier. So I've got a video coming out from there that we can take a look at. Let me get this pulled up as well. And I can show you guys this. So an oil depot struck in Makivka. So Makivka is going to be a major city that's located right next to Donetsk, I believe, the city of Donetsk. And we've talked about Makivka there before, and here's a update from Vicegrad24. It just says Ukrainian suicide drones have struck the Makivka oil depot. Russian oil depot is now on fire. So check that out. A new image or a video coming out here showing that we have a direct strike on an oil depot over here located in Makivka. That's going to be southeastern side of Ukraine. That was literally just coming out here in the last few minutes with that report. So pretty wild video coming out from there. Ukraine doing lots of damage to the Russian side, and again trying to destroy their capabilities to attack inside of Ukraine. And obviously, if they don't have oil, it's going to be very difficult for them to fight inside of Ukraine. So wild destruction here reported inside of Ukraine. Let me see if I got any more updates. These were just a few things that I found while I was waiting to, we were waiting for that video that we were playing earlier from Trump. Let me see here. 1 second, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, so not only did we have an airport being attacked inside of Bahrain, but apparently even a residential area. Holy cow. Wait till you guys see this. Let me pull this up right now. Massive damage here. Look at this image coming out from Bahrain. Vicegrad24 breaking. An Iranian drone hit a civilian area in Bahrain. So this was just coming out 4 minutes ago, guys. Look at that. Wow, that is absolutely nuts. So this apparently was caused by an Iranian drone that slammed into a residential home over here. So very sad. Hopefully nobody was hurt in that, but I could assume if, considering it's nighttime, it was probably packed with civilians. It looks like several floors had collapsed here, and there was even damage. Look at that right there. There's a big old hole in that side of that building, and it looks like even damage here to this building as well. Look at all the rubble everywhere. That is wild, guys. I mean, it's crazy to see this coming out from the Middle East. I mean, we report this kind of stuff inside of Ukraine all the time, but to be happening in the Middle East, like you would think the Iranians would go directly after, military targets like some of these airfields connected to the United States. And I think it was their foreign minister that was coming out recently, just over the past couple weeks. I think he was on Al Jazeera or some other Middle Eastern outlet, and he was claiming that they were going to have to target U.S. bases in the Middle East, okay? So like some of these nations like Bahrain would come under attack, but they mentioned that this was not going to be an attack onto civilians or anything like that, or a direct attack onto, let's say, for example, Bahrain. And in this case, we're seeing the opposite of that. We're seeing a lot of critical infrastructure and people's homes being struck here in these attacks. So that is wild. I'm very curious to see how some of these nations, Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, Qatar, how they're going to be responding to this. Are they going to get involved next? And this is something that's been warned about before, that, could we see a wider war breaking out with multiple nations getting involved? with strikes like this onto civilian infrastructure, this is highly likely that they could eventually get involved directly. So that's something that we'll have to keep an eye on as well. Let me see what else I have for you guys. See if we got any more updates here. I'm checking through my sources real quick. Some reports also, open source intelligence groups are reporting that the U.S. might be deploying B-2 bombers towards Tehran here soon. Okay, that's been reported by multiple sources, but I can't completely confirm that information as of yet. I haven't really seen anybody else talking about that, but that could be a possibility. We might see some follow-up strikes with B-2 bombers, Spirit bombers, and maybe even B-52s to launch massive bombing strikes onto the Iranians as well. That could be coming next. Let me see. Okay, we've got a video of a missile depot that has been attacked in Bushehr, Iran. Let me get this one up here. I think this one we can show it to you guys. Okay, here's a new video coming out from Iran. Okay, and it says from World Source News, breaking an Iranian missile depot has been attacked in the city of Bushehr, Iran. So here's video coming out. Let's check this out. Okay, so it looks like what the U.S. and Israel is doing tonight when they're carrying out these strikes onto Iran. If you guys are just barely coming in here, we had reports just about 30 minutes ago or so that apparently there was some U.S. and Israeli jets over Iraq that were preparing to fire missiles into Iran. This could possibly be what they were targeting tonight. Looks like they're hitting a lot of different ammunition depots that are connected to their ballistic missile program inside of Iran, and that's exactly what Trump was talking about recently. That not only did they want them to basically deplete their nuclear program, but also they don't want them to have ballistic missiles. So that is crazy right there. Looks like we had a huge strike on a missile depot there, also inside of Iran. Check for some more sources here, see if I got anything else coming out. It's crazy how much information is just flowing out from the Middle East right now. Let me see here. I see a few videos that we watched already. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's a report on Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So check this out. Let me pull this one up and we'll take a look at this. Look at that. Vice Grad 24 breaking. 4 members of Ali Khamenei's family, including his daughter and grandson, were killed in Israeli and U.S. attacks, Fars news agency reports. Okay, so not only was Ayatollah Ali Khamenei taken out, but allegedly, according to Fars news agency, they're reporting that possibly his daughter and grandson were also killed in these attacks from Israel and the United States. That is wild. There was reports that his son may have been killed. If you guys find that information anywhere, let me know. But I did hear some reports of that earlier today, that his son may have been in the bunker or inside the building that he was in when it was struck today, and may have taken out his son as well. And we did hear reports as well just like a month or two ago that if Khamenei was going to be eliminated, that he was possibly ready to have his son take over and assume the role of supreme leader. So I have not been able to confirm if his son is still alive, but possibly his daughter and grandson may have been eliminated in those strikes. That is very crazy information there. I'm taking a look at more information, see if I got anything else. Let's see. Thanks again for your patience, guys. Hope you're all having a good night, by the way. If you are, give me a thumbs up in the chat. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. It's been so sporadic and just crazy for me this past 24 hours ever since all this happened. And I've actually been thinking about trying to get a live going for you guys for several weeks now. I wanted it to be kind of a surprise, and I was trying to get everything ready to go before these strikes had taken place. And then right when it happened, I was like, oh crap, I was trying to scramble and get everything together for you guys. So that's why everything's kind of just thrown together at the moment. But hopefully it's good enough for all of you. Okay, so in the last 30 minutes, we've got reports. Large-scale attacks have been reported across Iran, affecting numerous cities. Situation appears to have intensified significantly over the past 30 minutes. Okay, so still lots of reports, major explosions inside of Iran. Let's see. Okay, so we got a statement as well that ties into these reports of these attacks going into Iran right now. I've got a statement from the IDF. I'll show you guys that statement coming out. All right, here's a statement from OZIT Defender. Israel Defense Forces have released a statement saying that another wave of strikes against Iran's ballistic missile frameworks inside Iran is now underway. So yeah, it says right here, IDF has begun an additional strike wave targeting the ballistic missile array and the aerial defense systems belonging to the Iranian terror regime. All right, so there you go. IDF confirming that. Thanks for that thumbs up, Damien. Thanks for being here. Let's see. So, yep, they are launching new strikes right now. That was literally in the last 30 minutes, this information coming out, that we had reports of strikes. Let me see here. Okay, I'm still seeing air raid alerts inside of Israel right now. Still in the central side and the northern side, as we reported earlier. Gonna refresh, see if I can find anything else. All right, still more updates out of Bahrain, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of other stuff right now. Qatar was busy shooting down a wave of Iranian missiles earlier, is what they were reporting. That was in the last 30 minutes. So they were busy trying to shoot down missiles being fired from Iran. Okay, here's a statement coming out from the IRGC as well. One of their commanders on their, looks like their state news. Let me see if I can pull this up. You have any unclassified hits by USA on Iran? What do you mean by unclassified? What do you mean by that? Okay, so if you guys remember earlier, I let you know that the Iranians were claiming they were going to launch a new attack onto Israel, the United States. They were going to use some sort of weaponry that they have not deployed yet. I've got an actual statement coming out from one of their commanders, so let me get this up. If it's going to let me pull it up, there we go. Okay, let's close some of these now. We don't need these no more. Okay, so this one says here, Maria Nafal, Iranian commander, Trump should know that today we fired the old stockpile missiles. Soon we will unveil weapons you have never seen before. Tehran signaling they're moving from old inventory to next level stuff. Oh, that doesn't sound good there at all. So, yeah, the statement that I showed you guys earlier, in case you're just barely tuning in right now, it stated that the Iranians were going to be firing some new weaponry, and the whole idea was to kind of up the ante here with this war. The Iranians were going to move to like a next level of escalation is kind of what they were saying. So yeah, apparently this was him here on this news channel inside of Iran stating this. So that's pretty wild. Hey, thank you so much, John. Appreciate the $3, man. Much love, brother. Thank you. Oh, and then also something else to mention too. So wherever you guys are at right now, I think it's very important to stay on alert and utilize caution as you move around outside right now. The U.S. was issuing some alerts for worldwide caution. Let me pull this up. This is kind of older. This came out about 5 hours ago, but this is something we have not covered yet, and I actually wanted to bring this up at some point during the live stream for you guys. So if you look at this, U.S. issues a worldwide caution to citizens, says update for U.S. citizens abroad alert, worldwide caution. So what they're warning about is that the Iranians, could they try to carry out terrorist attacks inside of the United States or maybe inside of Europe or really in any nation that's friendly to the United States or involved in helping out this operation, like Israel, for example. we could be seeing things like that happening. I have not been able to find any reports of that just yet, but I think that's something to note here and just kind of let you guys know. Just be on alert for anything right now, because we could see any kind of attacks coming from Iran anywhere, especially in the United States right now or Israel, because they're directly involved in what's going on over there. So just keep an eye on that. Let me see here. Apparently, also Pete Hegseth, the U.S. Secretary of War, he mentioned earlier that the Iranian Navy will be destroyed, is what he was saying. So that's pretty wild. So apparently they're going to be trying to destroy the naval capabilities of the Iranian Navy. So that's wild information there too. And that lines up with reports of that ship that we had that was attacked at one of the ports inside of Iran recently. And let me see what else I got here. You know what, guys? Give me 1 second. I think somebody's at my door, and it's one of our family members. So give me just 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, my apologies. I'm back. Yeah, we had a family member staying over last night for my son's birthday, so she's here to pick up her son. So let me see here, guys. Let me check out some other information, see if we have anything else. And we've been live for roughly about 2 hours already. That's crazy. I can't believe we've been live that long. Time goes by so quick. So we might be ending the live stream here in a little bit, and maybe I'll come back at another time. But if you guys can give me some feedback too, let me know how you feel about these live streams. Even if we cover like Ukrainian news, would you like to see more of these live streams, or do you guys prefer videos? Any feedback that you have, let me know down in the comments or anything like that. Or as I mentioned earlier, if you think there's any improvement that I can do on these live streams to make them flow a little bit better, let me know down in the comments or in the chat. Okay, so we have reports coming out of fires at Dubai's Jebel Ali port. So one of their ports apparently came under attack from a Iranian missile. It says it ignited parts of the facility. I'm not sure where this video footage is coming out from, so I'm not sure if I can share that. But I will post it here in the chat for you guys if you want to go check out that information there. Apparently we had a port that was struck by the Iranians. And let me see what else we got here. Okay, so the RGC released a statement recently. Let me show this to you guys. This is when they were saying they attacked a ship. Apparently this is more information. They attacked like a U.S. ship or something is kind of what they were claiming earlier. We'll clarify this story as well. This says open source intel. RGC said that the fifth phase of Operation True Promise 4, it targeted several U.S.-linked naval and military sites. It claimed 4 drones struck an ammunition vessel at Jebel Ali anchorage, knocking it out of action. The statement also said 4 ballistic missiles and 12 drones were fired at U.S. naval base in Kuwait's Abdullah Mubarak area, allegedly destroying infrastructure and causing American casualties. RGC further asserted that an MST-class combat support ship on a field mission was hit by Qatar missiles and warned its naval forces would continue offensive operations against enemy assets. So yeah, they were claiming a lot of destruction to U.S. military equipment, but CENTCOM came out earlier saying that that was not the case. So still waiting for more confirmation on that. Oh, thank you, Dan. Thanks for that feedback there, buddy. Appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, if you guys like the live streams, it looks like I've got it set up. I was a little worried and concerned about it in the beginning. I was thinking I wasn't going to set this up right, but it was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be. I was kind of stressing over it, to be honest. But yeah, good to hear that you guys are enjoying it. But yeah, again, if you see anything, don't be afraid to critique me, because since my first time on here, I don't have a problem, with anybody critiquing anything that I do here. And if it can help me improve the quality of the stream, then I obviously want to do that. If you guys can give me any information on that, I would appreciate it. So I'm checking some more sources here, see if we got anything else going on right now. Okay, so apparently, yeah, more large explosions being reported inside of Tehran. This was just coming out in the last couple minutes. Let me see this information here. I might be able to pull this up. I'm not sure where this video feed is coming from, but we do have pictures of explosions inside of Tehran right now. Let me pull this up here for you guys so you can see this also. So I'm not going to play the video because I'm not sure where that's coming from. I got to be a little careful here with what we play. But we've got some images coming out from World Source News. It says footage captured in the last few minutes in Tehran, Iran, amid ongoing intense attacks across the city. So this just came out 4 minutes ago. Looks like the U.S. and Israel is heavily bombing Tehran. Once again, this is going to be their capital. We've got a huge explosion right there. Looks like a massive strike, most likely a U.S. or Israeli missile. And we've got some smoke here being reported as well inside of Tehran. So it looks like we have the capital coming under attack here in the last few minutes. Okay. Still more reports about Bahrain coming under attack with their airports, as we discussed earlier. Checking my sources here, guys. Just give me 1 second. Oh, wow. Okay. We've got another one coming out. Okay. And this is a good video. I think I can show this to you guys. We've got another reported strike inside of Iran. So let's pull this up. Okay, this one's from Mario Nafal. U.S. and Israeli airstrikes reportedly hit Iran's intelligence headquarters in Shah Abad. Wow, that's nuts. So, intelligence headquarters for Iran's military coming under attack. Here's somebody that was recording this right here. Massive amounts of smoke. So we can see a lot of different airstrikes being carried out right now onto the Iranians. In this case, attacking their intelligence headquarters. So that's nuts right there. And also, apparently, this was Special Forces headquarters in West Tehran that was being reported. So those photos that I just showed you guys a minute ago, that could have been Special Forces headquarters that was being attacked. So not this video right here, but the photos that I just had for you guys a moment ago in Tehran. This one's going to be in a different city in Iran right now. All right, checking some more sources here for you guys, see if I got anything else for you. Not much else coming out at the moment, other than what I've shown you already. We'll see what, let me see what mainstream news is reporting right now out of this war. Just give me 1 second, guys. Again, hope you're all having a good night. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for your patience. Let's see here. Okay, lots of reports still that Trump is claiming that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead. Let's see what else we got here. It's kind of interesting too, because a lot of mainstream news, they're not covering a lot of major updates. They're some of the major things they really cover is just Ayatollah Ali Khamenei being dead. Not even any talks of any kind of like protests going on inside of Iran right now, which we have been hearing about. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing too much coming out from mainstream news right now. Let me double check over here on X and refresh for you guys, see what we got. Is my voice still okay? Is it cutting out at all for you guys? It seems like it might be dropping a little bit here and there. Okay, here's some video coming out from Iran also. showing people out celebrating actually that Ayatollah Khamenei is dead reportedly. So let's show that to you as well. They're like actually launching fireworks and stuff. People are very happy with this situation right now. Here's video coming out. If it's going to load there, Vicegrad 24. Iranians are setting off fireworks, honking car horns, and gathering in crowds to celebrate the death of Islamist regime's dictator Khamenei. So let's check this out real quick with some sound. All right, so we see fireworks being set off here and people in the streets out celebrating. Yeah, it looks like a combination of some protests in certain areas, then lots of people just out and about, very excited to hear about the news that he is apparently no longer with us. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so I'm seeing some reports that one person is dead, 121 others injured in Israel amid war with Iran. Okay, so 121 people have now been injured inside of Israel. Let me pull that up here. That's from Fate Tukes News. Okay, thank you for letting me know about the audio there. Appreciate that, Ron. So yeah, one dead, 121 others injured in Israel amid war with Iran. That's according to MDA. So that's pretty nuts too. 121 people already injured. This is with all the military assets being deployed to the Middle East and still 121 people being hit in these strikes. But one person so far losing their lives inside of Israel today. Okay, so we've got video coming out also from the UAE. Not sure if I can share this. It does have some watermarks on it, so I might have an issue if I share that. But we've got video coming out of the UAE showing air defense systems countering Iran's air attack against the UAE tonight. So I'll put that down here in the chat for you guys if you want to go click on that and check that out. There's that link for that one. So it looks like the attack is still ongoing onto multiple Gulf nations at this time. Right. Let me see what else we got for you guys. Continuous jet activity reported over Fars province. That's in Iran. Okay, so that would most likely be the Iranians that are carrying out some activity with their fighter jets over there. So I've got video coming out from that. Looks like somebody was recording some jets in the skies just about 40 minutes ago. Here, let's pull this up so we can take a look at this real quick. So yeah, this is from Shin. It says continuous jet activity over Shiraz, Fars province. So yeah, apparently the Iranians active with their fighter jets. Let's take a look at this real quick. All right, so I wonder if they're moving in to counter the U.S. forces that are coming through Iraq that we heard about in the last like 30 minutes or so. That could possibly be what that is. Maybe they're trying to shoot down the incoming missiles that are fired from the U.S. and Israel. Okay, in the last 30 minutes also, we've got another video that shows direct missile strike inside of Tel Aviv. And I believe that could be, yeah, I think that's connection to another photo that we had for you guys earlier. Let me check here, guys. I think that's most of the information coming out right now. Okay, wow, some pretty crazy video footage coming out from Bahrain now. 1 second. Yeah, apparently the 5th Fleet headquarters base, one of their naval bases for the U.S. military, is coming under attack again in the last 25 minutes. So let me show you this real quick. And there it is, says watch, U.S. 5th Fleet headquarters base in Bahrain is getting hit again. Okay, so while we had drones attacking this base earlier in Bahrain, now it's coming under attack by ballistic missiles here. And you can see 4:31 p.m. That was literally like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago when this was taking place. So here's some sound in this video. All right, sorry for that if that was really loud there, guys. But look at that missile coming in and just slamming into reportedly this naval base used by the 5th Fleet of the U.S. forces. So looks like missiles are still incoming over here, striking onto Bahrain. This is very wild, guys. So Iran reportedly also said, let's keep this party going. That's a message they sent to the United States recently. So it looks like they're going to keep firing back at the U.S. and Israel, just like we're seeing right now. Okay, so also, okay, I've got an update here from Al Jazeera. This is going to be a mainstream news outlet. They're reporting that Khamenei could possibly still be alive. I think is what it's stating here. Yeah. Let me pull this up. Look at this one right here. Faytuk's network. Sources in Tehran say that claims of Khamenei's killing are psychological warfare, according to Al Jazeera. Okay, so some sources over there in Iran, they're stating that Khamenei is most likely still alive. Now, what's interesting is I mentioned to you guys earlier that Khamenei was supposed to be making a statement probably about an hour or two ago, and then all of a sudden he stopped. He was not going to make a statement. Apparently it was canceled like last minute. So why would they cancel it if he was okay? That's what makes a lot of people believe that he's most likely wiped out. And based on the image that I showed you guys earlier too, his whole compound was just completely destroyed by the U.S. So I'm thinking most likely he is taken out. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think there's a possibility that Khamenei is alive still, or do you think that these claims from the U.S. and also from Israel are true and he has been eliminated? Still more reports of several heavy explosions in Tehran. That was in the last 20 minutes. Okay, here's an update coming out from Israel now regarding their strikes onto Iran. This is Vicegrad 24 right here reporting this, and they're saying Israel has launched a new wave of strikes on Iran. The IDF stated that the targets of the attack are Iran's ballistic missile launch systems and air defense networks. That's what they're going after right now. So yeah, it really seems like what they're trying to do is just destroy their capabilities to fire back, because clearly they're able to. We're seeing a lot of ballistic missiles still being fired from Iran. Nothing like what we saw back during the 12-day war last year in June of 2025. If you guys remember some of the videos coming out that we showed at that time, there was sometimes like, 20, 30, 50 ballistic missiles at once targeting inside of Israel, and we're not really seeing that today. Now, there is damage being reported over there, but nothing too extreme so far. And then we do have reports, unfortunately, of one person losing their lives over there in Israel tonight. Yep, still more reports. A new wave of airstrikes onto Tehran. Some videos coming out that we showed you already. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot else coming out. Aside from it just looks like an exchange of attacks right now. Nothing major being reported out of this war at the moment. But something that's interesting as well is, so we've had reports that the Iranians were striking like Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, and also the UAE, but for some reason they decided not to attack Turkey. There's been no reported strikes onto Turkey at all. And we did have reports as well just a couple days ago that apparently NATO was going to be flying reconnaissance missions over the border between Turkey and Iran. So Turkey has not come under attack in any way, and we also have not heard about any influx of refugees coming out of Iran into Turkey also. So that's just an update over there. Okay, so I'm just hearing that wave upon wave of Iranian missiles are being fired towards the Gulf region right now, which we are hearing reports of interceptions in some of those regions, like in Qatar. Okay. Apparently, Trump told CBS also there are several good candidates to lead Iran after the elimination of Khamenei, but he cannot say who. That's interesting. So apparently, the U.S. has plans on who's going to be replacing Khamenei over there if this war comes to an end, and if the U.S. obviously completes their mission to destroy their military. Yeah, that's what open source intel is sharing here. So he said there are several good candidates to lead Iran, but he's not going to say that who it is that they plan to install over there, or who's going to be taking over inside of Iran now that we're hearing that Khamenei has been eliminated. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot else at the moment, guys. So I think what I'll do is I'll continue to monitor what's happening over here. If something else big comes up, maybe I might go live again and bring you guys some more details. But it looks like that's it for the most part right now. I'm not seeing too much else. It just seems like mainly just attacks both sides. You know, U.S. and Israel hitting Iran right now. Iran's going after the Gulf nations on top of Israel also. So yeah, not much being reported here. Let's see. We do have an image that just came out. Okay, I got an image here. I can show this to you guys real quick before we get out of here. So let me pull this up. Maru Nafal, heavy smoke and fire over U.S. operated Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait. Before and after comparison from Google Earth, and recent imagery shows clear signs of fresh strikes by Iran. So it's apparently an image coming out showing a strike onto a U.S. base located in Kuwait. So it looks like we still are having some damage being reported over here. It looks like maybe another hit right there as well. But this one, a huge fire coming from this major base here, the Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait, that the U.S. operates over there. So apparently we did have some massive strikes there being recorded. Yeah, and aside from that, not seeing a whole lot else other than what I showed you guys already. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll probably go ahead and end the stream for right now, but I hope you guys did enjoy. We're here just a little bit over 2 hours. I didn't even expect to be here this long, but we had quite a bit of stuff to cover for you guys, so I just wanted to bring an update for you and kind of let you know what's going on with me. We'll see if we'll be doing some videos tomorrow. I'm thinking about trying to do live streams more often, so if you guys are enjoying the live streams, please let me know. Comment down below in my videos if I put them out, or just let me know down in the chat if you're enjoying these. We could probably do some more of them in the near future. So I'm not sure if we'll do them every day. We'll kind of just go with the flow and see how things go. And if it works out really good, we'll continue doing more of these live streams. But otherwise, I should be putting more videos out. And hopefully tomorrow, depending on how things go over here in the Middle East, we might try to do a video on Ukraine and talk about what's going on over there. But right now, there's not a whole lot of details coming out from Ukraine because there's so much information flowing out of the Middle East. So we might have to wait for more details coming out from Ukraine before we can do more coverage and videos on that. But guys, I want to thank you very much for being here. Hey, thank you too, Damien. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. How many people we got in here? It says 28 people. So that's more than I expected. I mean, very first live stream on here, and that will be expected to grow. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you very much for being here. And we'll probably be returning very soon. Again, if something big comes up, maybe I'll jump back on here later. But otherwise, I'll probably be returning tomorrow with some videos for you guys and hopefully some updates out of Ukraine. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I hope you have a good time. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And this is going to be my new outro. I hope you guys like it. So that's my new outro there. And I actually have some music that I can play with it as well. So we're going to have to work on this here, but let me get this going. And let's see. There it is. There we go. All right, guys. Well, hope you all have a good night. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you later.